This week on Nation's Business, we show you one of government's many initiatives targeted at maximizing its services to those living in Fiji's rural and remote communities. On this show, we travel to Wainikoro, north of Labasa. It's a 1.5-hour drive away from the main business center in Labasa to Wainikoro, an area which has not witnessed much development and has been home to many farmers. The 2-day Government Roadshow was held at Nandongo Central College in Wainikoro. This is the first time that such a visit has happened here, with 20 government departments and agencies showcasing to residents the services and programs provided by government.
The objective of the 2 days roadshow is to bring services closer to you and to allow you to make use of the services offered by government and partners present.
Organized by the Ministry of Rural and Maritime Development, Wainikoro was singled out for the event mainly because of the lack of access to some of the most basic government services. It is also quite far from the main government stations in Labasa and Savusavu. This roadshow was also aimed at Fijians residing in the districts of Undu, Dongotuki, Namuka, Nandongo, Mali in the province of Maduwata, and the district of Tawake in the province of Dakaundrove. In addition, the Rural and Maritime Development Office found that bringing government services down to this part of Vanua Levu will bring relief to communities and will also be a good opportunity for the people to get first-hand information from government officials.
It's a good opportunity for us, for farmers here, and this one is the first of its kind in here, I think so, and we are very happy. We seeing new things, we talk with new people, we know new ideas.
बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत धन्यवाद है उसके कि ऐसा कोई मदद हम लोग के नहीं कैसी पहला है कि जो इतना भारी हम लोग की मदद करे। बहुत खुशी हम लोग हैं। हम लोग गांव में पावा भी खूटा लग गए, पावा लगे वाला है। बहुत भारी मदद करे, सब कुछ स्कूल लड़कन के भी मदद करे, सब कुछ से मदद करे। हम लोग की गवर्नमेंट बहुत अच्छा है।
In addressing the people of the 5 districts, the Minister for Provincial Development, Inia Ratu, urged members of the community to move forward with government in terms of development plans, which will also greatly benefit their district.
There is an abundance of natural resources within Maduwata province, which can be utilized to improve the standard of living and the quality of life within the rural communities. The onus is on us to use our time wisely and make the most of the opportunities that are available to us. The parents and guardians, find some quality time to spend with your children. I say this in view of the so many children and youths that are dropping out of school or are at the wrong side of the law, which could have been avoided had parents spent more time with their children.
This roadshow in Wainikoro is the first of a series of roadshows planned by government in the rural areas and outer islands this year. Its programs will enable people living in these remote areas to have a better understanding of the various services and programs provided by government.
I really love this place, and it is my first time that I have seen all this Government Roadshow.
It is also an opportunity for the villagers close to Wainikoro to be informed of government's plans, especially in the development of the agricultural sector, road development, social issues, and many more.
Government has always been concerned with the challenges faced by some of our rural communities and in accessing government services and the amount of time and money spent to access those services.
It will also enable youths and farmers to realize their potential through identifying alternative sources of income for them and their families. This business discovered that Wainikoro was once known as the cane belt area during the colonial days and is still one of the unrecognized major suppliers of cane and rice in Vanua Levu. For many people who live in the northern parts of Vanua Levu, the daily mode of transportation is mainly by boat, on foot, or if you're lucky enough, there are a few carriers you can travel on to reach the main road. For most of the 5 villages in the districts close to Wainikoro, proper modes of transportation via road is something they still long for. It's roadshows such as this that enables people of these districts to receive first-hand information of the current road development projects carried out in their respective districts, all targeted at reaching those who still do not have access to proper infrastructure such as roads.
Feeder road. Feeder road din nitong instala nataro kito taronga beltira na nitong nebuli may nandang tupi district school na bingaw na nitaw niuda pero na nitong nebuli randang sombu kosong ay ngaw instala pero chico na nito lori ni Vanua be kauti ko koribuli na be singa na ngaw na nitaw niuda sa sombu kosong ano nebuli sa sengnia de koribuli may narona koro may bitina ke rauriko.
We want to take into all-inclusive propua and to do what again. Singdo na kaya sang talanganin do biwitu mo may dong tugo na katmo matantaka. Dong tugi sa kakinanang unsal may langin ugsere tanang unsal may garnibay. Lebo na kasara kin dong tugi. Tachung ko anong bunisong-songo ndawili kedigo iyo koturci go tino ngana priority ni matini tu lumana ngoni sala lumana na kenabo limu kedala koro sini se tarai usakira na bibu soti enangai tarayani.
Another issue that garnered interest for those who attended the roadshow was the joint FNPF and FERCA ID card. Staff from the Fiji Revenue and Customs Authority attentively served their eager customers. After the 2 days, officers from the Fiji Revenue Customs Authority received more than 600 applicants for joint ID cards. Another priority area was the birth and registration of Fijians. As government extended its amnesty period for late registrations, the Wainikoro Roadshow was a good opportunity for people living in these parts to get first-hand and free service, without having to travel to the urban centres. After the 2 days, staff from the Ministry of Justice, Birth, Death and Marriage Department served more than 400 people from the 5 districts. For many, this roadshow has minimized their financial burden of money traveling to Labasa and back just to be able to access these services.
Yo na nagden pala po nga una di mamanya bango na bagsaut ga tigo sa triba mo matay tu lay sa sultan lang na bango sa kay rawat tu na roadshow may na Wainikoro na huli ina pala po nga daw sa kay tigo lay kana pulis kay din ren paltini sa kay basubo kana marami pa ri ayaw may Labasa sa bola sa nga ko sing tali kay pamo tali Labasa kasara mo ilan Wainikoro doon may buti na nito vale na mabubuhay lang sa na matuto
na sang pungtumado atay bebura ili una tang matasarang rasul suna boleh kau apa benar-benar kena boleh na sana na bengarabi cuna sana madu ada era lili sarna namai baduru kena dia kita cuma mentanan rawe karena lah manipuai
te balusara betani rangole mo ramai suba ina bukuni kena bolai kombulen dorangole ni kemem daw ngole kina wala bolnya sana daw le ngole bata o itu ngo sa ngole sarang amoy ramai suba ni may register sarang ay nandalan ni Vanungo babin ko kina mengarabin na songo na runisi.
For students from the 6 primary schools of Nombu, Langalanga, Naikelikoso, Daku, Vanua Levu, and Ndwalalandamu Secondary, and also students of Ndongo Central College, such events will be a memorable one as most of these students have never left their villages.
I brought my students mainly because to give them exposure, to make them aware of the certain government departments that are there, to help them out so that they are aware of those government students and know what they are there for. And my students will also learn some of the disasters and other things about agricultural issues and other issues so that they can practice. Even the teachers, we also get some information on some of the things that we don't know, and we can go back and then assess the students on those issues, and you can teach them or teach the students as well on those issues, the issues that we are not aware of at the moment.
I really saw a big turtle and some interesting thing, and I got a lot of news, yes, information. Yes.
Do you like it?
Yes, I like it. I'm interesting.
I think this roadshow is very well organized. We just planned to come from yesterday, and due to the availability of the transport, it is and it's really big. So the children have learned a lot from today's roadshow. We have brought, I think, the whole city to Nandongo district, and not only has it benefited the children, but the people as a whole. So we should have more of this, so thank you.
Another advantage of the roadshow is that it enables people to trace their ancestral roots and a bit of genealogy. Some even found their loved ones through the services provided by the National Archives of Fiji and were no doubt very grateful.
Information au talita vale bendone tambo mai reda tunikua au reda lesu kila na ngasini bule ya betu mengo tekena turanga komana anu ngasini bule saranga na ngona dibungo yo singangani kila se ando bebernale ora tubari tungo ya se yango kila binana banongo na lumanongo kor sarangango mai bulu aba bina vale bertun taman information bertu kota mesune tamango karena ke mereda lesu kina na bekaya bertun.
Because Wainikoro has such a high potential for growth, members from the Ministry of Agriculture, together with the Fisheries Department, also took the opportunity to inform farmers on best practices for farming. The first ever two-day roadshow organized by the Ministry of Rural and Maritime Development in Wainikoro has been hailed a success due to the large turnout of people visiting booths and taking advantage of government services at the Nandongo Central College ground.
We are really grateful to the people of Dongituki and all the surrounding areas at Wainikoro for the great support and participation in the roadshow. There's so many, I think the numbers were around close to 5,000, including school children and all. And we never regret bringing the roadshow to this part of the rural areas. We hope that next year we will be able to provide better service by having a district officer station in Wainikoro. And maybe other ministries will come along to provide government services to all the rural people in this sector.
जन सरकार जितना मदद करी थे बहुत अच्छा है, लड़कन के स्कूल के मदद करी से अच्छा है, स्कीम लोन जो निकाली से उसके लिए अच्छा है, स्कूल फेयर के लिए अच्छा है.
It was a good opportunity too for the people in the north to speak to the Minister for Rural and Maritime Development, the Commissioner Northern, and representatives from various government ministries and departments on issues affecting them at village level. For the people of these 5 districts, this will be an event to look forward to in the future.
I used to thank the public at large, all the advisory councillors and the Matantikinas for bringing up issues that were pertaining to development in the region. And I hope that the answers and queries will be satisfactorily answered in the next couple of weeks.
With the many queries from residents here and development works planned in the coming months, government has plans to establish an assistant district office in Wainikoro by 2016. This plan is in line with government's objective to reach out to rural and remote areas and to connect them to government services. Wainikoro has been identified as it is the meeting point and center for more than 6,000 rural Fijians in the northeastern part of Maduata and part of Dakaundrove, including islands of Kavewa and Ruandrua. As the final day drew to a close, civil servants continued to serve the people of Wainikoro and nearby residents. While Fijians in these areas were appreciative of the work government has done in the north, the residents of the 5 districts merged for the 2-day roadshow in Nandongo Central College were even more grateful for government's initiative in bringing services to those in Fiji's remote rural areas.